Bam, 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 bam. I think we're live.
We're live. They can hear us.
Yes, I think they can hear us. If I did my audio settings correctly.
I think I did mine correctly.
Didn't.
Which I probably didn't. Well, I have.
It's a fair guess.
I have created some new innovations in the world of my audio, where I've now separated out Discord into a separate track for recording purposes, so that so that Lixian can properly balance the game audio and your voices. So
yes,
hopefully that's pretty cool.
Good work.
Yes. Also, welcome everybody back to the Three Peens in a Pod podcast. We have been away for a little bit working on a secret project that you can't ever know about.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's all we can say about that.
Yeah.
Maybe at some point. I feel like
No.
if no one ever got to know about it, that would a little bit defeat the purpose of it.
No one will ever know. It's doomed to failure before it even starts.
We already know where it's going to end up, so we're not even going to release it.
It's a whole new level of pessimism.
This is the first Three Peens in a Pod, I think, of February. So this is honestly just really late. We're just starting late.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, I didn't have sound. I was literally mocking Mark for not having sound on, and I didn't have sound.
God.
Ah, it's like the olden days.
Well, we are back, and as you can probably be confident in, we have collected every news story that has happened since our last podcast, and we are ready. Exactly, we are ready to go in detail because you have been waiting patiently for our opinions to tell you how you should think about these various things that have happened in the world. Kick it off, Wade.
Oh, well, everybody, if you haven't noticed, the world's ending to snow. We're all going to die from the snow. It's cold, it's freezing, and we've got like 18 feet of snow in every state. Texas is gone. State of Texas is gone. If you're watching from Texas, you're lying. We've completely lost Texas. It's gone blue. Never going to come back. Blue from snow. This isn't a political thing. I think it's kind of political. Snow. It's just snow. Everyone's frozen to death. No one there owns a coat. No one there owns a heater. Goodbye, Texas. Mexico was gone last week. Canada, they're doing fine. They're used to this. They're laughing at the rest of us. And that is your snow update.
What a comprehensive
Can I just say, I on this a spicy news story that you've brought to us? Wade,
Yes.
Can I just say, at what point in time will everyone collectively agree and or realize that the whole shitting on people for their weather and how it's way colder or hotter or windier or rainier or whatever, no one cares where you live, is like the most tired, dumb shit ever. Like, and it's better. I feel like it's better this time than maybe in the past events like this. But everyone in Texas is in serious suffering right now. Some people are without power, rolling blackouts, which means they are potentially without any heat, which means they're without any sort of entertainment, but they're trapped inside. It sucks. It's potentially dangerous. It definitely sucks. And I'm like, half my Twitter timeline is like, God damn, that's so crazy. And the other half is like, I live in northern Minnesota. We get like 8 miles of snow a year. I literally have to swim up from my door to my house to the top of the snow where I park my car. You idiots in Texas. And it's like, what the fuck do you think is happening? Texas was like, we're good. We know how to handle snow. Oh no, snow! Like that never snows there. It's not their fault that they don't have like fleets of snow plows and shit. It's so tired to just see people being like, a couple feet of snow has shut down your state.
This isn't the first time. Like a couple years back, Atlanta, I know Georgia got covered. They got like an inch of snow. And people were stuck on the highway for like over a day. They had to abandon their cars.
That. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
That wasn't even that long ago.
North Carolina, when Manny and I lived there in like 2014 or 2015. Literally, there's a meme picture of the road covered in snow, filled with abandoned cars, and one in the distance that's on fire. That picture was from about 20 minutes from where we lived, and I'm totally guilty of this. When we lived there, because it snowed like 3 inches, and like we were like, what the hell? What's wrong with people? I will say the thing that I find confusing is not that people don't know how to handle snow and that there's issues with that. People don't know how to drive on snow. That is shocking to me. I've seen the thing that happened in North Carolina is it snowed a couple inches and everyone continued to go like 80 on the highway and just assume that you could stop in like 100 feet like normal. People just go flying off the road. So yeah, like maybe slow down. But don't mock people because it snowed a bunch and they live in a place where they can't deal with that very well.
Yeah, because when you have a place like, say, Minnesota that has a fleet of snowplows and huge barns full of salt everywhere, stationed at spaced out intervals in between the highway, you take that for granted. Even if you at home have a snow blower, like because you know that you want to clear your driveway a little faster, like Texas has no infrastructure. A lot of southern states don't, just because why would they waste resources? Yeah, exactly. They're not, because I don't know if salt goes bad, but they got to maintain the fleet of plows. That if the plows just sit there not being used, then they're just going to start rusting away, and you got to maintain them. Like, it's a cost. And so when it comes down to maintaining stuff, when it comes to Texas and maintaining stuff and properly funding the government, they ain't really about that down there. So they're gonna be efficient.
Gotta cut that spending.
Yeah, of course.
I will say, salt doesn't go bad as far as I know, but you know what the problem is.
What's the problem?
If you have a big barn of salt, little sneaky little raccoons and sneaky little squirrels and other small animals sneak in there, grab a handful, bring it back to their tree kitchen, and they slowly consume it, seasoning up their delightful dishes that they cook. So it's not a quick thing, but it is an issue.
Is that true?
Yes, squirrels have kitchens in their trees and they cook.
There was a tree that fell down in my mom's yard like 20 years ago, and when it fell down, we had this huge salt pile from where the raccoons had been hoarding it, and the police came. It was a whole big investigation, thinking we were funneling salt from the local salt place. A big deal.
Yeah,
really, no, I actually didn't know that. That's kind of crazy.
Really startling when all the Chinaware crashed to the ground when the tree came down. I was very surprised.
Yeah, their furnace, the furnace
with grandma's ashes tumbled out of the tree, and Squirrel Mom was like, "Oh God, no, our home." So
I don't know why I'm laughing. This is really a tragedy. Very, very sad.
Yeah, clearly this definitely happens.
Yeah, a lot, too much deforestation and all that. It's just a combined tragedy, people's.
You end up with trees with like 6 squirrel families, and it's like little apartment blocks.
Yeah, exactly.
And you always get the loud ones in the middle,
Yeah, the loud ones in the middle.
I wonder how all the animals are doing in places that don't get cold very often, like Texas and stuff. Like, I know a lot of people that moved to Austin recently, like. I think Chilled Chaos tweeted out that he didn't have power for like 32 plus hours, but like you think about the animals outside that like migrate south, they're like, oh, thank God we're in Texas, it's gonna be great. And then this happens there, they're like, well, fuck, where do we go now?
I mean, I think animals are probably used to the whole moving around kind of thing. So I
guess, but
I don't know if they know
like
state
properties. They can't
either.
just go to Mexico. They don't have property down there.
It starts getting cold. There's a squirrel family in Texas in their tree, and the wife is like, "Listen, we've got to go. We've got to head further south." And the husband is like, "I am not crossing the border into Mexico. I'm a United States citizen. I am not leaving my state. Don't mess with Texas."
God.
Got a lot of state pride, those squirrel families.
Oh, wow. I really bet. There's a whole interpolitical system in the squirrel world that has got a constant parallel to our own. It's just chaos.
I think so. I would imagine so.
Definitely.
Anyway, so we are confirmed in an ice age. The only question now is how bad will it get? How bad? What if it gets hot up north? What are they gonna do? You think they're gonna get laughed at?
The only issue with it being this cold everywhere is all of the like, see, global warming my ass, people are gonna start crawling out of their holes. They're gonna pull their heads out from their asses.
That's the thing, though. It hasn't been called global warming since like 1996. That is an actual misleading term that people who don't want to acknowledge climate change cling to because it paints a very specific picture. The climate change is not causing it to get hotter or colder. It's causing it to get extreme. It's increasing the number and frequency of annual extreme weather events. It's increasing the magnitude of them. It is increasing the extreme high and or low temperatures that you can experience. It is raising the sea level, which is an issue since humans live on land. But like, yeah,
for now,
that's exactly the people who would call it global warming are the people who would come out and be like, look, it's cold, idiots.
Well, yeah, that point stands. They're gonna pop out of their holes, their heads are gonna pop out of their asses, be like, global warming, and then they'll go right back in.
Squirrel family shouting across the border. The damn liberal squirrel states. Oh, brr! Looks like it's cold.
That Texas family that refused to head south. The dad is sitting there slowly freezing to death in his tree, just like, I showed those liberals. Real.
There's something about political squirrels that's just really fucking funny.
Yeah. It's so harmless, right? It's so relatable.
You blue squirrel bastards. It's a good way to live your life.
Oh god, freezing to death to own the libs. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
All
well,
I know is I went outside at like 4 a.m. and shoveled. We had like a sleet snowstorm. It was like a mixture of sleet, snow, and hail, and it was awful. And
like you got somewhere important to go today.
Well, Molly did. She had a dentist appointment this morning, so I wanted to make sure the driveway was good for her.
That's actually really nice of you.
That's nice, yeah.
Well, I knew it was sleet, and it's like I knew it was gonna be really like the first thing you want to do when you wake up in the morning, and have to go to the dentist, is not go outside and shovel ice snow mixture. And I was like, I'll just go see what I can do. And man, it sucked. It really sucked.
That's a bad time to be shoveling. That's about the coldest point in the night, I would imagine.
Yeah, that's no good.
Yeah, it didn't even feel cold though, because it was so heavy that like by the time I was shoveling for like 20 minutes, I was just like pouring out sweat. Awesome. It was not fun. But she made it to the disappointment, so I guess it was worth it.
That's good, man. That's really good.
And I was able to go get lunch before the stream, so it was the real winner here.
You know how I've heard climate change described that really made it make sense is what
like that? That was my squirrel impression for the record.
It's just that squirrel really spoke to me.
Sorry, keep going. I didn't mean
Good squirrel impression, by the way.
Thank you.
Don't ever Google what squirrels actually sound like. You won't be disappointed.
Oh man, it was just like the most illustrative way that I've heard described is that climate change is the increase in free energy in the system, and the system being Earth. And because there's more energy, free energy in the system, there's more energy exchanges occurring, and therefore weather events get more severe because there is more energy. Like all weather is just energy exchange. It's heat somewhere flowing towards cold somewhere. One side of the earth being heated, like ice freezing, ice melting. Like it's all energy exchanges. And when you have like gratuitous amounts of ice being melted at the same time, ice kind of acts as like an energy battery. And then you have also the side effects of like that ice, sometimes fresh water introduced into a saltwater environment. That's another energy exchange. It changes up the flow. There's a lot of like very, very complex interactions that occur from it. But the easiest way to understand it is just being like, if you have more energy exchanges in a system, then you will have more extreme weather events. And it's like, oh yeah, well, that makes sense. And considering climate change involves increasing the energy in the system, therefore, it's just like, for some reason, I know I'm boring everyone at home, but it makes sense. Oh, yeah. Goddamn.
What is this, some liberal talk about global warming in here? God damn it.
Anyway.
I'll freeze to death again just to prove it to you.
I'll freeze my whole family. You won't stop me.
Come on, John. We must go south. I'm done. Okay, let's move on to new topic.
We must go south. No. Not with those Mexican squirrels. No way. Ain't happening.
Are there squirrels in Mexico? There has to be, right?
Pretty sure squirrels
there's
are.
no
If they
way
cross the
international,
border,
yeah.
are they called dingoes or
No.
something? Do we rename them?
What?
Dingoes. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's it. That everywhere just calls everything differently. You know, cows in France are actually called moose.
Have you ever seen? I think it's Scary Movie 3, where they're having the discussion about if a mouse goes outside, it's a rat, but if a rat goes inside, it's a mouse or something
Right,
like that.
yeah,
Someone's
yeah.
like, well, I've never seen a rat outside, and they're like, that's because it's a mouse. And they're like, oh shit! It's like squirrels. They cross the border, they're just a different animal entirely.
Yeah, it makes sense. But you know, if they go to Mexico, every animal is a dingo. Just happens that way.
That's what I
Raccoon,
thought. Okay.
Dingo, cow, dingo, bird,
Human,
dingo.
Dingo.
So how do we know what they are here if they cross the border into the U.S.? Why aren't they all just squirrels? Or are they?
Well,
Maybe that's what
that's
what people are afraid of.
That's
when you
what the
come back
wall's
from
for.
Mexico.
to prevent the dingoes
You
from
lose
coming
your
back.
identity, your species identity just disappears.
You know that classic phrase in Mexico, "La dingo ate my baby."
Lay
Wow.
dingo?
Yeah.
Lay.
Yeah.
Lay
Lay.
dingo. Lay
Not
dingo.
L or la, but lay. Lay
Lay
dingo.
dingo ate my baby.
Classic Mexican catchphrase.
A mix of just brilliant linguistic knowledge and on the nose Seinfeld references. You'll love to see it. That's definitely going to land with our demographic.
Yeah, yeah. What is our
Like two of
demographic?
them, two of our demographic.
You all watch
will know.
Seinfeld, right, kids?
People don't listen.
condescending.
I don't know
Sorry,
what people
that
tune
felt
into you guys
condescending.
for. They don't tune into me to hear my hip commentary.
Yeah, okay.
That's why
Yeah,
I have
everyone
like bot viewers. I only have bot viewers anymore. They
You
understand
just
me.
pay for views. You just buy bots.
No, I'm pretty sure my mom does make me feel better, but
Oh, that's nice.
yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Thanks,
That's
mom.
nice. That's really good.
Well, they're bot viewers. BOUGHT in that order. They're
Yeah, obviously.
bot
Yeah.
viewers.
Makes sense.
Yeah. You're all robots. That's why you're alive, despite the fact that it's negative 500 degrees everywhere. Because you're robots.
Anyway,
Anyway.
I still can't get a PS5, and I'm mad about it.
Still?
Really? Someone tweeted last night they stayed up late and got one.
Yeah, well,
Huh.
see, that's the thing. I don't want a PS5 badly enough to do anything beyond casually ordering it from like Best Buy, going and picking it up.
Right.
I'm not logging into a bunch of Discords. I'm not staying up until whatever time the thing refresh. How are there still not enough PS5? What is happening? How
That
many
is
people are
shocking.
buying them? What is
They've
this?
had 4 iterations prior to get ready for this release and get it right, and they
Well,
still didn't.
Okay, obviously global supply chain problems aside, you know,
It's not been called global supply since 1996. Never mind.
Global supply station chains my ass. Give me my video games.
Sorry.
it-
It, global. I was like, ooh, call that. Gotta do it.
It is fascinating, and I wonder if one of the problems is because you know the processor inside of them are both made by AMD. They're pretty similar. They might actually are they the same processor?
You mean between the Series X and the PS5?
Yeah, the Xbox and the PS5.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I do not know.
I think they are very similar. They're definitely both made by AMD, and I wonder because AMD is having supply constraints just based on not only their new launches of chips, but the fact that cryptocurrency around the world is making GPU supplies almost impossible to get a hand of. I'm honestly curious if this is all flowing down from just the fact that everyone is buying tech for cryptocurrency.
They are almost exactly the same processor. They're both custom AMD Zen 2s, but they're customized slightly differently.
Okay, all right.
But they're
This
basically
one
the same.
we made it with green silicon Xbox. There you go. This one we made blue. Hey, you like that
Hey,
one?
the PlayStation 5 has 0.1 less gigahertz, so take that.
Oh,
But can it heat up your chicken for you while you play?
no.
No, there's only one console in the world
Well, there was.
capable of doing the only thing I've ever wanted a game console to do.
Bob, you made
There
that so
was only
dramatic. I love
one.
that.
However, the Soldier Chicken console, the
Oh, yeah,
SCC,
yeah.
is coming out very soon.
Yeah. There's only one console in the world that can do exactly what I need.
That's how I feel about it.
I mean, honestly, I'm sold. I was sold already, but just that, I'm sold again. Good God. Has that come out
I am
yet?
shocked. Well, I hope so. But I am shocked the PS5s are still hard to get because you'd think that they would have. I mean, I guess last year, the pandemic probably did affect some things, but
Oh, yeah.
It is still
I guess.
surprising.
I guess. Whatever.
Stupid.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's not big news. I just can't believe. I assumed by the back when it was happening, I knew for like at least I don't know a few months, like at least maybe half a year, I guess. I was like, I just won't get one. At some point, they'll just be in stock, and I'll just go pick one up. Like I don't care enough. And I'm just shocked that hasn't happened.
Yeah, I mean, if it really is the Bitcoin miners that are causing this, then I hope someone gets a hold of the Bitcoin adults and tells them to get control of their kids.
I'm just here for Dogecoin.
Yeah. That sweet Doge. Do you guys own any Doge? I do not. I actually don't know.
I don't own any of
haven't
this
touched
stuff.
any of the meme stocks, any of the Wall Street bet stocks at all. My investment strategy is paying off. I'm not changing it.
Do you have Dogecoin, Mark?
No, I do not have Dogecoin, no. Well, the reason I don't know cryptocurrency very well, but the reason I don't like the idea of Dogecoin being the premier cryptocurrency is it really solidifies the fact that cryptocurrency has kind of escaped its purpose. Because cryptocurrency, I like what cryptocurrency envisions. A world of decentralized finance is a really cool thing. People not needing institutions to facilitate exchange and stuff like that. I like that. However, as it currently stands, it's a ludicrous investment only. And that's kind of the opposite point of cryptocurrency in general. Cryptocurrency was made to be used. However, now it not used. It's too volatile to ever be used. That may balance out, but Dogecoin, just as a coin, like it's. Can you imagine Best Buy advertising their PS5s in Dogecoin? I could never take it seriously. I don't know, man.
I'm going to share my $1 billion idea with you that I came up with the other day, Mark. And this is one that you should market.
I'm ready. Okay. Why me? But I'll ask
the
later.
FNAF coin, because you're the king of it. Just the FNAF coin. Who would not invest? And what you do is you exchange it for any pizza, anywhere. You use the FNAF pizzeria coin. Everyone wants pizza. Even if you can't eat pizza, you want it. So you're going to invest in FNAF coin.
It's only
this came
for
up
pizza?
the other night.
It's only for pizza.
I actually do kind of like that. It's not. I don't want that to be crypto though. Can I tweak it?
It could be cryptic instead. You can change the last couple letters.
This is physical. This is physical minted currency.
Right.
You start a business, you make a deal with all the major pizza chains, and then you can buy a FNAF coin. One FNAF coin gets you one pizza. But it's like it's like what's that movie? It's like John Wick, where they've got like the coins that are only good in the hotels or whatever. It's like this underground currency. Possession is ownership, but it's just for pizza. And it can be any, like you can get any number of toppings and things. You just show up at Papa John's, you hand Papa one FNAF coin.
Even if they're
and
closed,
he gives you a knowing
you show
look.
them the coin, they'll let you in.
Yeah. There's like a special room. You go in the back to the FNAF coin room to wait for your pizza.
I love it. Yeah.
That is a gajillion dollar idea.
Every pizza maker has to honor the coin at all times.
And if they don't, they're excommunicado.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to get a coin, you have to kill a man to get it.
small hurdle to get into the club.
Pay, you know?
Yeah.
But then pizza, you know?
I think it's brilliant. And as the king of FNAF, I'm not allowed to go through with this without, your stamp.
I will delegate it to my various lords and ladies. Who,
Can I be the czar of FNAF?
Sure.
Or maybe I'm FNAF's
Lords, ladies, czar.
Financial czar.
Can I be junior emperor or something? I don't know. What's below
Junior
czar?
Emperor is the right title for you.
That is correct, yeah.
All right, good. Junior emperor. I'll take it.
Yeah. So really, it's just like, how many people are you willing to kill for pizza?
And the list of people who need to be killed is already created because it's just all the pizza shop, operators who don't operate within the FNAF coin industry.
So
they must be dealt with.
This is turning into a mob real quick.
This is how you get people on board.
Listen, do you want to give
as
people
long as they
free
invest
pizza
in the
or
coin
die?
before we murder them, it's fine.
But see, they're in on it. It's not just free pizza; they're in on it. Once you're a pizza store in the club, you get paid from you get paid out like association dues or whatever. It's fine.
How many
totally
cults are you allowed to be in at a time without like stepping on your other cult's toes? Do you think?
Well, it's
I've been in 3.
It's self-checking because the cults will eliminate the other cults that are no longer needed for the benefit of all the cults. So it really, I don't have to do anything. They police themselves.
Everyone says 3. I guess 3 is literally the answer. You can be in 3 cults at once. Okay, thanks guys.
Kind of defeats my answer, but all right, cool.
It's more of a guideline. I mean, the real thing is when you get beyond 3 cults, you can't be in cults that don't intersect, which causes problems. You can be in as many cults as you can find that have no overlap, where your responsibilities don't clash, where you can be a good cult member in all of them concurrently. But 3 is basically the number where you reach the extent of that, because eventually you're going to be killing members from one cult for your other cult, or vice versa.
Right.
Like, becomes a problem.
It
But like a
reduces.
cow cult, for example, and a pizza cult kind of work together, because like you could have like the super meat supreme pizza, which would use part of the cow, and then you could have like a avocado cult or something that the other ones just make fun of, because who wants that on their pizza? But
I don't think.
I'm sorry. What was that word supposed to be?
avocado.
Oh, avocado.
I'm pronouncing it like it's meant to be pronounced by the native Californian speakers.
Okay.
Isn't that where avocados are from?
I guess I'm not from here, so I don't know for sure. Haven't you heard the song "Avocados from Mexico"? Everybody knows the song.
I've heard peel the avocado.
I know that one. That one doesn't describe where they're from at any point.
Avocados are from South Central Mexico. So, do you think that's how people from South Central Mexico speak?
Well, no, because they didn't say the word
Avocado. Avocado.
You show up on the avocado farm, and Luis, the avocado farmer, is like, "What are you even doing here? How did you get here? You turn around, get on Sunset,
past the dingoes. How the hell
I went north from Ecuador across the Panama Canal.
Oh man, God, wait, jeez.
I'm trying to think of geography.
My heart. Oh, I don't even know geography very well, but that was just a combination of things that.
Isn't Ecuador in South America? The north, you have to cross Panama to get up to Mexico.
Ecuador is central. Maybe it is.
No, it's Ecuador's south. He skipped over Colombia, which was his main problem.
Okay.
So he wasn't that far off.
Well, I took the bypass, the Columbia bypass.
Yeah.
Oh, you took
Big
the
bridge in
bypass?
the ocean.
You mean a canal?
Well,
A big bridge.
so
What?
that I'm not an idiot. Yes, whatever the answer needs to be, that's what it is.
Okay, yeah, man. All right, cool. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, avocados. What were you talking about before that?
PS5s. Why can't I have one?
Right. Cryptocurrency.
Oh, right. Yeah.
FNAF coin, Dogecoin.
Dogecoin. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Musk.
this may be incorrect, but I've been thinking about crypto lately because Dogecoin is all over Twitter and stuff.
Sure, yeah.
And like I like you said, Mark, the notion of cryptocurrency decentralizing financial institutions, taking power away from where it is currently consolidated.
Yeah.
Sounds really cool, but is that not equivalent to the notion of having like an anarchist government? Like it defeats its own self in that crypto is completely decentralized. So how would enough people ever have enough faith in any cryptocurrency that it would be reliable and stable to then supersede any of the financial, the currencies that exist that it would, they would be seeking to replace to decentralize the financial systems?
I think that's the puzzle they're currently trying to solve. Because at the end of the day, what I know of cryptocurrency is they're trying to make a trustless system where you don't need to trust anyone because the entire system is secure in everyone else making sure that everyone else is secure. Like the blocks are distributed based on computing power, but as computing power increases, it becomes more difficult. So there's other cryptocurrencies, and I'm not an expert on cryptocurrency, but there's other cryptocurrencies that have different methods of approving blocks in the blockchain that don't involve computing power. However, it does rely on people to stake coins in advance. What you're saying, like, I think is generally kind of the conundrum that a lot of people run into is like, how do you do this? How do you make this so that everyone can trust it? Because some people probably would just rather default to, the government figures all that money stuff out and I get paid, you know. And even if that might not be the best theoretical way of doing it, it does work generally. There are many problems, but yeah. I don't know. I have not done enough research in cryptocurrency to know what the end goal is, how to get there, the road to there, what technologies need to exist. And obviously it's different from a system of governance because they're like, I don't think you can decentralize governance because by definition, aren't they different? Because governance is a collective of an authoritative body and decentralization is without. You know that? I don't know. I don't know.
All I know is I paid like $4 for a cheeseburger today, and I don't know what that means. The rest of your economic stuff sounds smart.
Cool. All right, man. Good.
I just wanted to contribute what I knew about economics.
It's only $4 for a cheeseburger where you live.
I mean, depends on the
Well, that came with like fries and a drink, and it's probably two cheeseburgers.
What the hell?
You guys are from here. You know it's better here than it is where you live.
I haven't lived in Ohio since 2012.
And when I was back in Ohio, I definitely couldn't buy a burger, fries, and a drink for $4 that was satisfying in any way. Maybe somewhere.
I don't know. I don't know what you guys are doing out there. I just know it's affordable here.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's pretty good. It is rather expensive out here in California. You gotta admit, Bob.
Seems reasonable to me.
Well, I mean, it's pretty expensive.
No, it's fine.
It's pretty expensive.
For what you guys pay for, like, what, 1/10 of an acre of land in a cardboard box, you could have like a 19-bedroom house here. Yeah, that seems about right.
Neither of those things exists, nor would I want them.
You don't have cardboard boxes? Well, I guess that's right. You guys have to bring your own cardboard to the stores or something if you want food. They don't package it out in California, right? No bags, no cardboard. They just toss a chicken at you, and you have to hope you bring something in like a backpack.
He's got us, Bob. He's got us.
He does have us.
He knows
Wade,
what's up.
Wise, knowledgeable Wade. When I come visit Ohio again, if that ever happens, can you please take me for a ride in your pickup truck?
I don't own a truck. I'm not one of those kind of Ohioans.
I thought you lived in Ohio.
Yeah, but I'm like civilized.
Wow, you really don't know how to make friends with anybody.
No, I don't.
Show up,
Look, it
to
used to be the
Pittsburgh for a
minivan
live
drivers
show.
in Ohio. I didn't
Your
like.
sports teams. You show up to
Honestly,
France
man,
for a live show.
Truck drivers,
Your
pickup
army.
truck drivers in Ohio have become the new minivan drivers. They're just the worst. Yeah. Because they're like, I'm driving a truck. I'll run you over in your car. I don't have to make room. I don't have to follow traffic rules. You'll get out of the way. That's just how truck drivers are around here. I mean, know.
You mad, but aren't they right? They clearly don't follow traffic rules, and clearly that's totally acceptable.
If there was any form of, like, I don't know, decency, they would at least try to follow some laws of man. But no, truck drivers are above the law, and it's time we put them in their place. And that's, I guess, in front of us, so that way they're not scarily driving behind us at full speeds, riding our bumpers.
Yeah, man. You tell them.
Just uncovering a whole treasure trove of what sound like personal issues you might need to work out.
They're very personal, but I'm going to globalize them.
Cool, man.
Truck drivers need to be stopped.
I mean, that is the American way. We make our problems everyone's problems.
It better not exist. America.
You know, I'm actually curious what's going to happen when like electric pickup trucks start to really be produced. You know, I don't know if Tesla's going to do it. I'm not talking about the semi either. I'm talking about like a Ford F-150 equivalent of a pickup truck, but it's electric. Because to me, the appeal of an electric vehicle is not just that, like, oh yeah, save the environment. It's just faster. Pure and simple. It doesn't like obviously range-wise is a problem because you have to charge for longer periods of time, but that's getting better. But with a truck, like it's all about how much can you haul? What kind of trailer can you pull? Like imagine like how much trailer you could pull with like 3 electric motors all cranking at maximum. Like that's some torque there. And you know, when it comes down to trucks, and getting jobs done, sometimes that matters. And if you and trucks don't get good miles per gallon.
They don't get good. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm devolving my speech. Their fuel efficiency isn't quite up to snuff compared to commercial vehicles. Consumer vehicles, my apologies.
Quite so.
So
quite
when the trucks become electric, I would think that not only would there be cost savings in terms of gas, because in general, people that use pickup trucks for such purposes, they consume more gasoline not only because of their fuel efficiency, but also because of the nature of their jobs.
We need to quit trusting in physical vehicles and get crypto vehicles.
Decentralized
Decentralized
vehicles.
physical existence.
Right,
We
the
should all be
Cybertruck.
crypto.
I forgot about the Cybertruck. I'm an
real
idiot.
thing?
I thought you specifically even said Tesla. I thought
I forgot. Yeah, the Cybertruck. Never
I
mind
don't
that.
want to derail your conversation, but I do just want to say, why is the Cybertruck so hideously ugly, and how right am I?
Wait,
let me look
you
at a
are
Cybertruck.
unbelievably right. That is the ugliest piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. But I bet it's very
Are you
fast.
being honest? Because
I'm being 100%. I hate the look of it.
I'm still shocked that like when they announced
this
they were going to do
real?
a pickup truck, I was like, wow, okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah,
And then they showed images of it, and I was like, okay, Ellen's memeing on us.
This
Ellen's
is
got the jokes.
that's a real design. This
That
boxy
is
thing.
what it's
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
look
yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Well, so this is not a real render of it. I don't know what.
This is
the
a
hell I just
PlayStation
found.
1 twisted metal vehicle with really shitty rendering.
But so this all happened, right?
Right,
And then
right.
I saw a bunch of people online. Oh, this is the picture where he breaks the window on stage. That's really funny. We can talk about that in a second. But I saw a bunch of people online being like, "Mm, you know,
Oh, there's
what?
Elon Musk right in front of it.
Actually, I like it. It's cool, right? Like it was like people were staring at it in disbelief of how ugly and stupid it looks, trying to convince themselves on social media publicly, like, you know, it's angular, it's modern, that's kind of cool, right? You guys
This
like
is the
you
result
guys like
of-
this?
When you vomit gold for like a decade and you think you can literally just change the meta of what people like at any time, you're
Yeah,
like, what's
yeah.
the worst thing I can make that I know I'll sell because I'm awesome?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is what you shit out, and this is where you die. This.
And I'm not mad. Like if they were just gonna make like 1,000 of these, and it was sort of an experiment, and they were making a kooky thing, like sure, I'm not mad that this exists. I'm sure some people sincerely look at this and are like, "Oh, sick, man! That's like a video game car, cool."
Yeah.
But like, oh, what human could drive that on a daily basis and not feel like the biggest dumbass in the entire world? You pull up at the grocery store and you park that thing, and every human around that can see you is just like, what? Where did you come from? What's happening? Like it's ugly, right?
There's no question that it's ugly. But some people do like. I'm not defending this because they're typing exactly as you were
It
describing.
sounds like you're
it's
defending this.
really kind of, if you think about it, and brutalist architecture is my favorite. You know, some people have to justify it that way, but some people do like things just
Geometry teachers might like this. That's it.
because, exactly. You know, the truck.
If you
buying,
teach a geometry class, you'll be like, this is the car for me and no one else. And if you're not a
teaching
geometry teacher and you
geometry-
like this, you're secretly a geometry teacher. You need to go back to school and become a geometry
If
teacher.
you're teaching geometry and you're buying what I assume is a 6-figure plus
Well,
electric pickup truck,
You need to be a
I think you might
leading,
also
cutting
be
edge
teaching meth
geometry
dealing.
teacher.
It's actually the reason it looks like it is to keep the cost down, because the outer shell is one like complete piece of like It's either steel or
One
aluminum.
randomly dropped on the floor piece of brushed aluminum that they were like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because as it turns out, it's a lot easier to make things out of flat sheets of metal that you weld together than,
Well,
you know,
it'll cost
farming.
10 times as much to replace the flat sheet
Only
as it
we
does
could
like
have the Industrial Revolution
Yeah.
and learn how to shape metal into and use products like plastic. If only that existed.
This looks like the high school like Honda Civic that someone bought and then wrecked it 50 times and they couldn't afford to like, you know, take it to the shop to replace the parts. So their dad was like, I'm a handyman, I'll fix it up for you. And he just like glued some shit to it, and that's like what they pulled up in.
Yeah.
And that's the really shitty modded car of that guy in high school. That's what this truck thing
I
looks
do have
like.
to say, do you guys, I think you do, Mark, because you
What's up?
laughed.
What's
Do you know the story of the ball and the window and breaking the window live on stage?
I do, but I
Do you know
doubt
the
Wade
story,
does.
Wade? Because it's so funny.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't think so.
So the picture I have on my stream is Ellen standing in front of the shattered window with a sad look on his face. Basically, when they announced that this was going on, that this was going to exist, and they had one on stage, they were bragging about all the stuff, right? All the features and the battery and the, you know, whatever, the range, all the stuff they brag about. And at some point they were like, and the glass is shatterproof. The glass on this is so tough you could throw a baseball at it and nothing would happen. And he literally, live on stage at the announcement for the thing, hucks a baseball at the driver's side window. It destroys the whole thing. And it turned out there was some sort of material issue with the paint, or I don't know. It wasn't the right, but like, that's so funny.
Yeah, because I bet what it was that was a demo vehicle, like just a dummy, like quickly put together, you know, made in-house, not up to standard parts and materials, and no one told. Fair
Was it a
Mr.
metal ball?
Musk.
I don't know. I don't know what it was, Chad. It was a ball of some
shot
sort.
put.
Broke the window. Really should have tested that one.
Yeah. Well, what's fascinating to me is I know that Mr. Musk is of the type that's like, people don't know what they want until they see it. So I have to get ahead of that curve. And I honestly like the look of most now of Tesla's vehicles. I think they're nice. I like the aesthetics of it. I have a Tesla myself. I like the way it drives. There's problems with it, but honestly, like the benefits outweigh the negatives. And then comes out this truck that, you know, there were people in the boardrooms that were like, Elon, man, I don't know about this, but they can't say anything because there's no way you could say that to Mr. Musk. And then it comes out and everyone's just like, oh, wow, it looks so good.
Well, and you
Elon.
know, after all that, it's not like it comes out and Ellen himself is like, ooh, you know what, guys? It came out and like the first one rolled off the assembly line to him sitting on his throne or whatever, waiting for it. And he looked at it and he was like, perfect. Exactly what I imagined. Look at that. It's exactly my vision. You guys seeing this? Everybody seeing this? Nobody else is cheering or anything. It's just crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's like when you get a really bad haircut and everyone's like nice to you about it, and then finally one person's like, dude, what happened?
Did you get in an accident with some sort of hedge trimming equipment?
Everyone wants to keep their job. They're like, oh yes, brilliant, this will be cutting edge. We're going under, we're gonna lose so much, the stocks are gonna drop. No, it's beautifully done. Then someone's finally like, Elon, the fuck, man. He's like, what? No, I thought everyone loved it. They're like, no, they're just afraid of losing their jobs.
Yeah, man. Oh,
This is another thing too, since we're talking about it, and I don't get a lot of opportunities to talk about car stuff.
Cool.
Even though I am a car enthusiast. If you look at the interior of the Cybertruck, and if you look at the refreshes they've announced this year in the last couple months, they announced a refresh of the Model S, and I think the Model 3, but definitely the Model S.
Yeah.
It has a yoke steering wheel, which is to say the steering wheel is not a circle, right? It looks like an airplane yoke, the thing you use to fly like a big airplane.
Yeah.
Which looks super futuristic. Concept cars for decades have been doing that, where like I think a BMW i8 concept that predated the one that's like out now had that, and a lot of cars, like modern cars, have done that, where it's like, oh look, the steering wheel's not even a circle. Look at that. It's crazy,
Is the
right?
dashboard made of marble, or is it just meant to look like it is?
I think it's metal. I don't know.
I don't know.
It wouldn't
Anyway,
surprise me if it's so front heavy it just flips over because they put it on a marble dashboard.
It looks super cool, right?
Yeah.
How in God's name would you drive this car? Think about how you drive a car. If I'm driving my car with my hands at 9 and 3, and I go to make a right turn, I have to I move my hands around the steering wheel.
Well, no, you just pull it back toward you and it goes in the air.
Yeah, that's true. That is a danger. I don't know if they've thought of that. That's a good.
You just pull back and you fly right up in the sky, go right over the traffic.
You know what? Maybe that's what I'm not understanding. Maybe that's what I'm missing.
Yeah. Man, I didn't.
But
think
like,
about
who would
that.
want to drive that? That's terrible.
Yeah.
You go hand over hand to do a turn, like a 90-degree turn. What do you grab?
I know.
And what do you do?
So
it's
like,
terrible.
I actually am glad you brought this up because I saw the refresh and I was like, oh, cool, better range. You know, I like it seems like refreshed exterior, like updated,
whatever that means.
I don't need the plaid, but like the new console that hopefully doesn't degrade in the sun, which mine has a lot, which would be awfully nice. But then I saw that yoke and I'm like, and I know maybe this is just like new technology kind of thing, and I always want to be cognizant of that, but I like when I make a turn and then I exit the turn, the wheel slides across my hand, and you know, I'm not a race car driver where I need to turn just 2 inches to turn 90 degrees. I don't think that's what these are for. I don't drive my car very fast ever, and I just want to I'm going to the grocery store. I'm not going to Mars. I just want to drive there and arrive alive. But that being said, I've never tried it, so I don't know what it's like.
That's true. I've never tried it either.
Yeah.
So I'm judging blindly.
Yeah.
I just can't fathom. I can't. Well,
you think maybe
parallel parking, or you know, there's lots of stuff you do in a car. Go ahead, Wade. Sorry.
Do you think maybe the reason we're thinking this way is we're just at that age where we're borderline like these young people and they're stupid. I want old-fashioned cars, the 2004 Honda's where it's at. These new 2022 trucks with their airplane driving, that won't work. It's not safe. These kids don't know what they're doing. I think we're close to becoming those people.
I don't think
we're definitely verging on that.
I don't. But I don't think any kids are buying this car. I just want to
all
throw
those
that out
childs with their Tesla Cybertrucks.
I don't think anyone's buying this.
Well, look, okay,
this is something that someone's like pretends to like to be nice, and then someone buys it for them for their birthday, and they still pretend to like it, and they hate it their whole lives.
Well, there's a difference between a steering wheel and then the entirety that is the Cybertruck. So that's like a whole thing. Because the car itself, sure.
There's nothing nice about this. It's all ugly. The wheels are ugly. The windows are ugly. The shape is ugly. The steering wheel's ugly.
You know what is cool about it? That I entirely concede. It has a built-in lid on the back, and I'm trying to find a picture of it. So pickup trucks, right? The bed, you can have like a bed cover, and it pops up generally.
The tent thing, the weird tent.
No, like if you have a pickup truck, a lot of pickup trucks have like a flat black vinyl thing on the back, so that the bed is like, you know, covered. You can put groceries in it and they don't get wet or whatever. Also, you could have like a cover like you're talking about that makes it more of a boxy, makes it look more like an SUV. But there's lots of ways to cover the bed of your truck. The Cybertruck has a built-in retracting self-contained bed cover that actually looks pretty cool. And I feel like that would be an awesome feature if you were a pickup truck owner and you really wanted to do things with your pickup truck. Because So I had a friend in college. We had to move a piano, and I had a friend. We borrowed his dad's pickup truck, and it had a bed cover on it. We had to unbolt the bed cover, take it off, find somewhere to leave that, just to put a piano in it, because the bed cover prevents you from putting like big, tall, bulky things in the bed of your truck. It's really inconvenient. You either have a truck you can like haul stuff around in, or you have a truck that you can put small stuff in, but you can't haul big stuff. Like, it's annoying. So I like if I had to find a feature about the Cybertruck that I think is really great that I'm surprised no other truck company has gone for. It's the self-contained retractable bed cover solution.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That's fair, but I will say the bed also looks relatively small. There's a picture of this thing with like a ramp down and an ATV in the back, and like the ATV just fits.
Yeah,
And that's not very like if you're trying to get a like no one's probably buying this to be practical, but like if you're trying to buy this for actual utility, that's a very small truck bed.
yeah. That you might be right, but then again, I don't know. I can't compare, but I would assume that people that need bigger truck beds would get like the Ford F350 or 450 or whatever hell number up you would get, or
Yeah.
But you know that is a concern. Like, if it's not that big a bed, then does it really serve the purpose? So, I don't know.
I don't think this thing serves any purpose other than ego.
Do it. Get him, old dad Wade.
I just don't. Looking at it, like what functionality is this? Like this is going to change the world. It's just that's it. It just stands out.
Yeah. Well, okay, that is the purpose of Tesla, though. If you didn't know, the purpose of Tesla isn't to make, or at least originally was, I don't know what it is now, like the mission directive, but it wasn't necessarily to make vehicles that were objectively better in every way than gasoline vehicles. It was to make the concept of an electric car cool. And that's what it did. And that's what it did in droves of success. Because how do you get people to adopt a new technology faster other than making it really appealing? And it didn't matter about the price. It didn't matter about anything like that. The Model 3 came out later and was like supposed to be an affordable solution. Still very expensive compared to other cars, but definitely more affordable than the higher end ones. But the baseline was just to make the concept of an electric car cool. And having that appeal and making everyone be like, oh shit, you have a Tesla is cool. This truck doesn't make owning that truck cool. And I'm like, it's to me, that's the biggest flaw of it. It's like no one who's gonna buy this is gonna think that's cool. No one thinks it's cool. You could have had the sickest, unbelievablest truck that was electric. It was tricked out to the nines. It cost $120,000, but it was objectively amazing. And then they could have started the whole thing again and then come out later with a more affordable version. Now, I'm not a business expert, but as far as I'm understanding, if you want truck owners to adopt new technology, you got to make this cooler than their tricked out Chevy whatever. And this just doesn't do the job.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would have rather had Simone Yatz's Model 3 homemade pickup that she made than this.
Yeah.
I do think, so you guys know, probably not. Do you know what a ute is from Australia? We've been to Australia. I know that.
A ute.
I thought they said a newt.
It's spelled UTE.
UT. Australia, UT.
In Australia, Australia is kind of like different America. They have a lot of stuff and they like a lot of stuff that America likes. But the ute is a car in Australia that's like a pickup truck, but it's slow and it's built on like sedan chassis sort of things.
Right.
So it looks like a cool, low profile sedan. They look cool as hell. Utes look dope.
Well,
Utes look very cool.
Okay, that reminds me of a car that was sold in like the 70s or 80s here in America.
I think of the El Camino.
Yeah, the El Camino. And as far as
not very different, yeah.
Yeah, as far as I know, the El Camino didn't do very well, or did it do very well? I have no idea.
It's kind of like a cult classic now. There's a lot of Elco restorations and there's like, there's like clubs about it.
Yeah.
I don't think it was very popular in its day.
Yeah.
But also, I don't think Utes necessarily existed back then either.
True.
But I just feel like there's a lot of directions they could have gone. The Ute being one that I think is particularly cool and not useful. In America, pickup trucks, part of the appeal is ground clearance. Part of the thing about the Cybertruck is a lot of ground clearance. It's going to be good at off-roading and uneven terrain and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
A low-profile design would not have accomplished that, but it would look cool. It would let you put your motorcycle in the back of your cool Tesla truck. It would, whatever people who would buy it would want to do. It would look way cooler than this. I just can't.
My issue is I just don't like trucks. So I mean, I think this looks better than the other thing by far. I'm not a truck fan. It's not my thing. But like, if I was going to like a truck, I think the Ute's probably one of the ones I like the look of the most. It just, like you said, the only issue I see with it is that it's got very low. What would you say, clearances though?
Yeah, it's low to the ground. It's basically
Yeah.
a car pickup truck. It's low, and a lot of them are like fast. They have like big engines because they're bigger vehicles.
Yeah.
They're dope. I love them.
It's kind of cool. It's specialty. Like, I wouldn't get it myself, but I can definitely see how people might like that. And that's the appeal of niche things, because I don't look at this and say that's a hideously ugly monster, and
No.
and you know it's got
No,
that
not like the
appeal
last
to it.
thing.
Yeah. But is that enough to like cause more widespread adoption?
Yeah, I don't know if that's true still.
Yeah, because even the El Camino, it's got like a cult group to it, and to be perfectly honest, that's good. I think when it comes down to new technology like that, there's kind of like an investment part of it, because if you buy a Tesla, like say 5 years ago when it wasn't like the thing, 6 years ago, whatever it was, like you could drive that around and people would look at you and be like, holy shit, what is that? You know, there's kind of like a social reward to your purchase. You can feel good about being like, I'm facilitating like a sustainable environment, whatever you want to justify to yourself. But most people probably would look at that and see the social benefits of it, and they kind of weigh it in the cost. And with the Cybertruck, I just can't help but feel that if someone buys that, there's social negatives to buying that. Not just in the fact that it's like an electric truck, which you're already going up against people that are like, oh, my gas truck, and they're blasting black smoke out of their pipe stacks. But
That's
also,
diesel.
yeah, that diesel, gotta get the diesel. But there's also, because there's everyone on the internet has a strong opinion about it, and the majority of it is not positive. Or even if it's 50-50, there's a large percentage that don't like it. And that is just this big hurdle to the truck itself. So it's just, yeah.
Well, I'm glad we got to talk about how much I hate the Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never thought that would come up. I gotta be honest.
I don't even know how it did.
I forced it. I just brought it up.
Yeah.
I have
probably
a weird
No,
transitional story, but if
go.
you want to finish up the
No,
truck
no,
first,
no,
go
no,
ahead.
no, go, no.
Transition
This has nothing
away.
to do with trucks at all, but I just got a notification that McDonald's tweeted about a new website, chickendrop.com. Here, I'll link it to you boys.
Is this a scam?
I don't know what it is, but it's the worst
Am I
thing
gonna get a
I've ever
virus if I
seen.
click on this?
Oh.
I don't
it
know. I'll
spelled weird?
show it. I'm not gonna make chat click on it just in case. I'll just share it. Here you go. Crispy chicken sandwich drop. They literally tweeted out, our website's coming along, and this is what it led to.
I'm not going to show this just in case this is horrible. Like, if in 5 seconds this is going to transition to extreme
I'm gonna-
porn.
I've been
Open
staring at it
that.
for like 5 minutes. I don't think so.
I don't trust it. I don't trust it.
I'm waiting for something interesting to happen.
I don't trust it. I don't
Apparently,
trust
we
it
have to
at
wait till February 18th at noon Eastern, which I won't be waiting for.
all.
But
No.
in 2 days,
Enter
3
store
hours
using
ago,
password.
the password's probably something like I make love it or something. Like, it's McDonald's. What's it gonna be?
Probably if you look in the source code of the website, there's some kind of Easter egg, and there's some ARG, and they're trying to get people to do
I'm-
something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Loving it.
I'm lost.
Password
We love to
incorrect.
see you smile. Their original catchphrase
Mark
before they changed.
9502.
It's 2702. Thank you very much.
Okay, good. If
So,
that works, I'm gonna be very
Watch
happy.
it be at the McDonald's console. The Mick console.
Mark 2702 got me in.
Cool. Good. Glad.
Damn it! Of course it did.
What's it look like in there? How's it doing? Good?
Good chickeny.
Awesome,
Chickeny.
man. Awesome. That's great, man. That's good stuff.
So I guess I'll show it on screen. Seems fine. It's boring.
It's up to you, man. It's up to you. If you want to go see that, go to facebook.com/my.
Exclusive access to the crispy chicken sandwich 1 day early and limited edition capsule.
Cool. Great.
I don't see how this was at all related to what we were talking
No,
about.
I said it wasn't. I just said it was a train.
You said it was
You said it was a
transitional.
Yeah.
I was transitioning to a new topic, just like we went from cryptocurrency to Cybertrucks.
I could transition that actually does kind of relate the two things, and something we
Thank
talked
you.
about
It
in the
does,
past.
see?
Because over the past week, in all the cryptocurrency stuff, Elon Musk himself has been kind of at the center of it because he's been
Eating
pushing.
McDonald's.
Yes. Maybe, I don't know. But he's been pushing Bitcoin and Dogecoin hard on his Twitter, which has been, and no one can deny this, his tweets alone drove up the price of Dogecoin by an enormous amount. And then he claimed that Tesla bought $1.5 billion in Bitcoin, which drove the price up about $10,000 per coin.
Good God.
And it's interesting because number one, okay, he's throwing his support behind cryptocurrencies. Read into that whatever way you want, but also it's pretty clear manipulation of a market, not a regulated market. So I don't think there's any legal ramifications for it, but it clearly is. Like, even if it's someone being like, I believe in this, and they honestly do, to make such a public declaration of that and throw their support in by that has the effect of incredible moves on the market. And the people that invested in Dogecoin, and I believe, I'm not 100% sure, let me look, after he tweeted about Dogecoin, it went up to, what was it? I think it almost reached 8 cents a coin, which for Dogecoin having...
That's pretty huge.
It's pretty huge. But people also invested when it was up. And right now, it's down about 5 cents a coin. That means people that invested in Dogecoin at 8 lost about 30 to 40% of its value.
Oh my God. If you look at the graph for the last month for Doge.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. So this is literally less than a month ago. It was worth less than a cent a coin. And then it started just like people started talking about it. I think it got swept up in the whole GME thing.
It did.
It surged, and then suddenly Elon started tweeting about it, and then he tweeted about it again, and then the Dogecoin or the Bitcoin push, and it went up. But unfortunately, right now, unless people have sold it or unless people have held it, they have lost a lot of money. So there were physical repercussions to these acts. Because Dogecoin, if you don't know, I don't really know it very well, but it's not meant to be a sustainable currency. It's not designed to be that. There's no cap on the amount of Dogecoin that can ever be made, and millions of Dogecoin get made every day because of the way that it was made. It's made to be something that you can have trillions of the coin, and they're all worthless. That was its original intention, but...
It currently says on this, I'm on CoinDesk looking at the information about it. It says the market cap of Dogecoin is $6.62 billion in US dollars, which is crazy because it's worth nothing. I mean, even at its highest point, it's worth 8 cents a coin.
Yeah.
That's insane. It had so many.
Well, I mean, up until a month ago, people had just trillions of coin, like billions of coin. They had it. And really, like, its market value is kind of misleading because unless those people sell their coin, it's not technically worth anything because someone still has to buy it. And that's probably what's happening now is the price is going down because people are finally selling their millions of coin that they've held, and other people are scooping it up, and it's gonna keep going down because, you know, more people are selling because they want to make their profit. And will it ever go back up? Who knows? There's a lot of other much more robust cryptocurrencies out there that are well established and have their own security systems. As far as I know, Dogecoin was made in 3 hours as a clone of Bitcoin, pretty much straight up, with no restrictions on coin caps. So, yeah.
If you make me dinner, I'll make you a chair. That's my kind of exchange. I understand that.
Yeah. There's a lot of
this
people
online stuff is way over my head. I never took any economics classes, so trying to understand cryptocurrency is like, I don't know, advanced super calculus.
Yeah.
It's just,
You can do it, buddy.
stocks are scary to me. I don't know. Like, I have like long-term investments, I guess, like a semi-retirement fund or whatever it's called, but like the thought of just investing my money, like, yeah, this seems like it's going to make me lots of money. I don't know if this is like, I guess it's gambling. This is better gambling than mobile games, which I have paid money in mobile games before. So
That's so funny to me.
yeah, I guess it's at least there's a chance you'll make something back rather than just flat out losing it. But
Yeah.
I guess whenever I buy like I don't know, some stones in Dokkan, at least I know I'm just losing it. Whereas the thought of like the hope of like, man, I put $100 or $1,000 on this stock. Oh boy, I'm gonna make so much money, then you lose it all. I don't know, like that just sounds so depressing. I don't like gambling.
So
I don't like going to casinos and gambling either.
I'm not an expert in any, by any measure at all in trading, but like I have a small trading account that I just sort of put like, you know, $10 a week into for a little while. It's just one of those mobile trading things that people use, like the one everyone was doing the GME and the other meme stocks on.
Right.
It's not it's not gambling. The point of it is you look at news, I mostly invest in like tech and gaming stocks because it's a thing that I follow anyway.
Yeah.
You look at, like, I made a bunch of money because I invested in AMD a couple years ago, and I was late. If I had invested, you know, before they started to really blow up 5 years ago or whatever, people have made millions on it. The point is not that it's a gamble where you're like, I don't know, this one, random stock.
Yeah.
The point is you look at an industry that you know something about, like tech or gaming, or you invest in big companies like Sony, and you're like, okay, well, they're about to announce new processors. You know, in the fall, they're going to announce the new processor, or Apple is announcing the new iPhone this year. That usually means a bump.
Yeah.
And there's, you know, you look for patterns. It's not, the fact that you refer to it as gambling is so fucking weird to me. And I get why it feels like that, because yeah, you can lose. You don't know what's going to happen, but you don't just randomly pick and put some money. You try and make, there are lots of blogs, there are lots of people, TV shows, the whole purpose of which is to be like, hey, steel is about to have a bad year. Don't invest in steel. Here's what's happening.
Yeah.
But you know what's having a good year is the titanium industry, or these companies, or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, you know, you have to find a news source that you trust, or an opinion that you trust, or make your own conclusions. But that you're just like, I don't gamble. My brain is like, what?
Yeah.
What do you think happens?
Well, I just haven't ever learned the system,
Dude, it
and
is.
It
Can either be simple or complicated. You can continue. I'm sorry. I just wanted to put that in there. Like, it can be simple or it can be
I
complicated.
want to make money and not lose money.
Okay. And everyone watching at home, I think we have to legally disclose this is not financial advice at all.
Oh yeah. No, don't do this.
We're not giving you any tips other than just do your own goddamn research, because we're not going to give you the right advice ever. But
Well,
you know.
I can give some good advice.
Not on finance.
All right.
Yeah.
Not on finance.
If
Wade,
you have Twitch Prime to invest, one of these streams.
yeah, what if we together will make our own mutual fund, and if you guys out there want to lose your money as fast as possible, give us your money and we will invest it, and you can watch in real time as your money disappears. It's great.
Yeah.
People that support us on these streaming platforms are already doing that.
You can watch your money just go away.
Bits and subs.
But this is-
you're watching your money go away right now.
This is in much larger moves and big swaths of money that will disappear.
Yeah, exactly. There's no volume order large enough of money you want to lose that we can't handle. We handle it all. Small transactions, big giant trust funds, we'll lose it all. Give us a chance. But Wade, investing really can be two things. It can be completely speculative, and you're just like, I'm thinking this company is going to move, and I'm going to put money in, and as soon as it goes up, I'm out. I don't believe in the company. I don't believe any of the leadership, yada, yada. I don't care about any of their financials. I just want the number to go up so my number gets bigger. And, you know, there's ways you can do that. And
Well, I understand there's patterns and stuff. Like, even with long-term investments like retirement funds, like, I'm sure that they put them, like, I remember whenever I was looking at retirement funds, like, oh, do you want the risky package where you could either get rich or go broke? Do you want something in the middle? Or do you want the you're not going to make any money, but you won't lose any money package? And I was like, I don't fucking know. Make me rich, whatever that takes. Like, don't lose my money, but give me lots of money. That's the one I want.
that's
Like, oh man, we can't make any promises, but we'll take your money and we'll do something with it. I was like, oh, all right.
You
Well,
might want to put your retirement in a bank as opposed to in the pockets of a loan shark is what it sounds like you're dealing with on that one.
Yeah, who do you go? What is your investment platform? Is it Greg on the corner, like
No,
behind?
I think it's
I think
it's like is it Edward Jones. Is that the name of the company? I think
That is an investment bank, I believe.
Yeah. But that's the conversations. Like they're like, oh, we can't tell you how to invest. Just tell us what risk level you're comfortable with. And I was like, the one that makes me fucking money. Why am I coming to you? I want to be able to retire one day. That's what I fucking want.
Man,
I don't know what the fuck this is.
Okay,
like
I'm
4
gonna-
check boxes. High risk, some risk, low risk,
all right.
no risk.
I'm gonna put a hypothetical in front of you, Wade. Say you invest with me, and I'm a company. I'm not me. Don't think it's
I'm
me.
not
Don't
investing
don't
with
think
you,
me.
but
Don't
okay.
think it's me. Don't put my
Because you
face
wouldn't-
on it.
Okay, it's you with a mustache. Got
Okay,
it.
it's
different
it's,
person.
Yeah, exactly. Me with a mustache. And you want to give me $1,000 to invest. And I tell you, you want to make the most money, you got to have the highest risk. And what that means is you gave me your money, okay? And it's a month later. Log into me account with mustache, you log into my website and you look, and suddenly the number, you had 1,000, you have 800. And what
Yeah.
do you do?
Well, with my retirement account, I do nothing because it's supposed to be long term. It increases, but
Okay.
like I'm not pleased. I probably stomp my foot and go at least once. I'll give a solid.
But you don't do anything, right? You ride it out, right?
Yeah, I write it out so that way whenever I go to retire in 40 years, I look back to like, well, it's up to 1,100. You made $100. You're welcome. And it's like, great. Now that's the cost of a fucking bagel in 2060. But all right, thanks for all you did for me, you assholes.
If your investment in 30 years only made 10%,
It's pretty bad.
That
I'm
would
hoping to
be
retire
not
on
great.
$1,000.
Gotta be honest. 10% non-compounded.
No,
How
yeah.
small of a return do you have to get to make 10% gross return
Yeah.
over 40 years?
Yeah, man, that's okay. Maybe
Which
me
also,
with a
you're
mustache.
retiring late, Wade. You know, you retire after 30 years. Just want to say that.
Well, I don't even know what it's at right now because of the pandemic. I didn't get to have a meeting with my investment thing last year, so I don't even look at it.
You only
this year.
check on it once a year?
Yeah.
No, God.
Yeah.
That's a bold move.
I looked at it more often, and like you said, it was going down. I was like, well, this just makes me depressed. I'm not looking at this ever again. So I don't know. They've got some money, and it's doing something right now.
Oh, man.
They still send me letters, so it's not at zero.
Oh man, that's
Good thing you got a financial advisor.
They called me and they asked me for more money, and I was like, what do you mean more money? They're like, well, do you want to make your yearly contribution? Like, yearly contribution? Where's your yearly contribution to me? And they didn't like that.
You really should be doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably should be keeping up with that a little bit.
It's
Yeah.
good for tax purposes, and
Yeah.
plus you.
Well, so I
normal
work
people
with
put
them
away
through my
like
accountant. So my accountant keeps
7
in
to
touch,
15%.
close contact with them.
Okay,
Yeah.
really want to be paying into that retirement, Wade.
Yeah.
I know my accountant tells me to pay in my retirement, and then they're tired. They all work together to take my money. I know what they're
Yes.
doing.
It's a conspiracy.
They're all
against
just
you.
trying to take my money and invest in Cybertruck and Dogecoin. Those fuckers.
Accountants and financial managers are the wizards and doctors of medieval times. They are the contemporary snake oil salespeople. They conspire together and they convince you, yes, oh yes, I will rub your coins together and make more coins.
My
But
retirement
give
plan
away
is
your
to stream
coins.
till I die. I'm just gonna stream, and then as long as people are still watching, I'll make money. Then one day I'll be like, all right, guys, and I'll just keel over, and then I'll be done.
Dude, that's content.
Thank you.
Wait.
Well, then if they ban the channel, it won't matter because it's like, well, I'm dead now. Fucking, I don't care. You can ban it all you want.
What a way to go out too.
As long as they
Die
still
on
pay out
stream
so
and
Molly
then-
can buy groceries or whatever, that's fine.
Wait.
And then Twitch is just like, ban him, and then no one ever gets to know what happened.